Good afternoon, 8th grade Bobcats. Mr. Flato here. Welcome back to what I hope will be a great week for you here at the Helena Middle School. On today's Bob lesson, I apologize. We started with this in March. Our Habits Are Everything Part 1, and then my ADD kicked in, and I totally forgot about Part 2. So today we're regressing back to Part 2. As a reminder, this was from a book I read, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. We're going to go over Part 2 today. Habits as we get older, as we finish 8th grade here, we move into high school and then adulthood. Our habits, or those routines, those routines that we have, those habits that we do, become so very important. If you have really good habits in life, your chances for success are going to go up. If we have some poor habits in life, our chance for success and being successful is probably going to go down. So something to think about. Hope you guys enjoy this Bob lesson. Hope you guys make it a great week. All right, we are off and running on Bob lesson. Part 2 of our Habits Are Everything. This was taken from a book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens, that I just read for my book study. We're going to finish the back end today. But first, let's be our best this week at HMS. Let's be Bob. Let's be safe. Let's be responsible. Let's be respectful. And let's be a bunch of little learners. All right, we pick it up at habit number 4, which is think, win, lose. So much of life is a competition. I guess I'll preface that. But so much of life and society and us being successful as human beings relies on us getting along with one another and working together. So again, I'll start this off with 2 different mindsets. The first would be more of a negative one, and the second would be a positive mindset. So the first would be have a non-compromising attitude with others, meaning it's your way or the highway. Be forever caught up in a vicious competition with the fixed mindset that there's always a winner and a loser with no in between. Don't let anyone else succeed or support anyone else in their goals, because that would mean if they win, you lose. If, however, though, it becomes apparent someone else is going to win, make sure you drag them down with you. Conversely, having a positive mindset, or the habit of successful teens, would be think win-win. Work to compromise and meet others in the middle. Compromising and working with other people is such a huge component of being successful in life, in your later teens and your early adulthood. So much of life is compromise. Figure out ways where everyone can benefit. Believe in and work towards synergy. Synergy is the result of 2 or more people working together, producing a greater outcome than the sum of the individual parts. So believing in and working towards synergy in your relationships. If you're going to lose with character, sportsmanship, and grace. And if you lose, find a way to learn from your loss and make sure that it makes you better for the future. So habit number 4 is think win-win, think compromising, have a great attitude, working together with other people. And if you do lose, you're going to have lots of losses in life, I promise you that. And I think a key of people that are most successful in life is when they have losses, they learn from them and they don't make the same mistakes twice. All right, habit number 5, seek first to talk. You were born with a mouth. Make sure you put it to full use and at all times. Always express and get your side of the story in first. Once you're sure everyone understands your point of view, then pretend to listen by nodding and saying, "Uh-huh," or if you really want their opinion, give it to them. Conversely, we should always seek first to understand. Before you speak, give the other person a chance to explain their point of view. Be an active listener, and even more so, be an active understander. And I apologize, Mr. Franzen and Miss Johnson. I don't think understander is an actual word, but I hope I needed to use it in this context. A huge part of this is when you feel like you have a difference of opinion on somebody, sometimes hearing their point of view first can be a very good thing, because you may think that you see the situation from a certain angle and that you have your mind made up. But if you hear somebody else's point of view first, you may realize that, whoa, I'm in the wrong, and then it gives you a chance to save face, and it gives you a chance to kind of backpedal and work to compromise, like we talked about in habit 4. Don't listen to respond, listen to understand, and after you understand, politely give your point of view, and then maybe work to find a compromise like we talked about in habit 4. And the final habit I'm going to talk about today is habit number 6, which is going to talk about self-care. But first, wear yourself out. Go, go, go until you finally collapse from exhaustion. Be so busy with life that you never take time to renew or improve yourself. Never study. Leave that schoolwork alone. Don't learn anything new. Don't be a learner. Avoid exercise like the plague. It's not good for you. And for heaven's sake, stay away from good books, getting out in nature, getting some fresh air, putting that cell phone down, that tablet down, that device down, or anything else that may inspire you. Conversely, the opposite of this, of what we want to do, is obviously practice self-care. Now, just to be clear, this is based off the schedule that we're living an industrious life, that we are going to school every day, that we are studying hard, that we're involved in extracurricular activities, outside interests, that we're doing our chores, that we're making time for our friends, that we're living an active life, not coming to school or coming to school late and being a couch potato or a lazy butt. So that's not what we're talking about here today. Understand that you must take care of yourself to be your best. And as you get older, your life only gets busier, especially moving into high school. I've seen a lot of the honors and AP classes y'all are wanting to take, the extracurricular activities. I think that's awesome to pursue those things, but we've got to take care of ourselves. Find time every day and every week to do something for yourself that will recharge your battery. I know for me it's like going to the gym and listening to some music and getting my heart rate up and sweating a little bit. And then at home it's just vegging out for a little bit at the end of the day, or doing some reading, something that is recharging my battery. Make sure you're getting enough water, proper nutrition, exercise and rest, these little things that hopefully if you had a health class, Miss Dalton talked about. Avoid drugs and alcohol, too much fast food, and anything else that's not good for you. You guys are at the age where you know what's good for you, you know what's not good for you. I shouldn't have to explain that. Find some time daily and weekly to doing something you enjoy that keeps you in a good mental health space. It's so important every day and every week to do something that resets your mental health. That could be going for a hike, getting out on the trails, walking your dog, stretching, going for a run, reading, doing some artwork, listening to music. I could go on and on and on with all the self-care stuff that's out there, but find something that fits you. Again, kind of the theme of habit number 6 is, as you get older, responsibilities pile up, pile up, pile up, and we have to be able to manage those and practice some self-care at some point. All right, we're going to double up on this quote from last week because it is so very true. We first make our habits, and then our habits make us. It's the things we do day in, day out. And furthermore, it's about getting up every day, making it to school on time. Do we make that a habit? It's about getting to school 5 days a week. Do we make that a habit, or do we get here 4 and call it good enough? I see way too many of our 8th grade students that do that. Do we do our schoolwork to the fullest, or we just get 80% of it done, not show our work in math, and call it good enough? When we do exercise, do we really challenge ourselves, or do we kind of go through the motions? The whole point of these last 2 weeks of Bob Lessons is habits are everything in life. We've got to create great habits, and when we create those great habits and we live by them, our habits end up making or breaking our own success. All right, let's get to this week's Jelly Bean Question of the Week winners. We only had 2. I must have made this one too hard. Kudos to Silas Thumb and Ryder Anderson. The answer was remove 50 if you had 99 jelly beans and 99%. You had 100 jelly beans and 99% of them was red. That means 99 out of 100 was red. How many would you have to remove so that 98% were red? You would have to get that ratio down to 49 out of 50. All right, this week's Jelly Bean Question of the Week. Which month has the same amount of letters in its spelling as the number it aligns with when writing the date? Hint, so January would be 1. If you know the answer, submit your answer to the Bob Box. Make sure it's in by the end of the week with your first and last name on it. All right, Bobcats, let's make it a great week at the Helena Middle School.